Hello, and welcome to, I think, episode 33 of the Bad Psychics podcast.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
This is our episode predicting the 2026 PDC World Darts Championship, which starts as of recording in a week's time. So, could have just called it 2025, but no, because the final's in 26. It annoys me. Anyway, as always, I am joined by a couple of idiots. First of all, I predict she's most likely to be supporting Gerwyn Price, because much like her plushie collection, he looks most like a jacked up frog. It's Eloise.
That's offensive. that is probably the most offensive one you've done so far.
And I predict he's most likely rooting for the winner of the ADA Tour qualifier, because he too is a pussy magnet as well.
Maybe Boosie, not Pussy, but obviously.
I've got to say, that is one of my favourite stories, that the PDC don't want to let him use the nickname The Magnet.
Yeah.
Everyone's just going to call him it anyway. Just lean into it.
Yeah. Eloise showed me a college football player. What was it? Booby Feaster.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm sure you've seen, and that is allowed in America, which is incredibly prude sometimes. But in the PDC, no, you can't be a pussy magnet.
Yeah. No, Jeter sent me a message about Booby Feaster. So
same.
Yes.
I don't know. Anyway, I mean, Eloise, I feel like quite often you end up on episodes where, like, we need a person and you're like, I can be here, I'm not bothered. I feel like darts is one of the ones you're, like, actually enthused about.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So this will be all right. This will be easy for me because I can waffle on about darts for a while. So yeah, this is one that I'm more passionate about.
Perfect. Mal, I genuinely don't know. Are you like a big darts guy, or are you taking on the Eloise role of we needed a third person?
I don't think I'm as much into it as Eloise, but
okay.
to give some context, I was watching the WDF World Championships on S4C earlier on today as background noise, so I can tell you all about the wonders of Shane McGurk and Lisa. What was it? Eileen, someone from the Netherlands.
Oh, Eileen de Graaf.
Eileen de Graaf, yes.
Yeah, I didn't realise that the WDFs were on right now. That's how badly they market it these days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It's how badly they film it as well, because when they filmed it themselves, it was terrible. When SLC took over, it actually looks normal.
But still terrible, unfortunately.
So what? Could be worse. Does that mean if you want to watch it, you can only watch it in Welsh?
Fortunately, they do have an English language stream on YouTube.
Okay.
They also have a Welsh language stream, so if you're Welsh, you can listen to it in Welsh.
Okay. I'm sure there's a Scottish Gaelic Scotsman somewhere going, this is disgraceful, where's ours? But anyway, yeah, we are going to be predicting who we think will be doing well at this year's World Championships, plus a load of other random bump that,
as usual.
Yes, as usual. And we will see who gets closest to knowing their stuff. I will say on this occasion, I like darts. I used to be a big darts guy. I'm now kind of more of a World Championship darts guy. Like, I'll probably watch it a lot for the next few weeks and then ignore it for the rest of the year, other than maybe the UK Open, because that's my favourite tournament. But yeah. Right, let's switch over to our spreadsheet in a whole. Managed to not say podcast again. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right. So to begin with, we are going to be predicting the 8 section winners. Technically, if you look at Wikipedia, there's 4, but you just split them all in half. The 8 section winners, and then who we think will be making the semis, who's going to be the losing finalist, who's going to be the winner. I will be interested to see if anybody goes particularly rogue with any of their picks. I know I kind of have with one of mine, and it's a lot of copium. But I'm allowed one biased pick. Anyway, going to start with section 1, which, for context, for anyone not currently looking at a bracket right now, Luke Littler is at the top of section 1 of the bracket. I will be shocked if anyone has not gone for Luke Littler. Even if he loses, I think they'd be mad to have not gone for Luke Littler, but weirder things have happened, so let's see. Yeah.
Hey, what a surprise.
No big surprises. Eloise, I mean, we might end up talking more about Littler in a bit, so I guess rather than looking forwards, I'll go backwards and say, has this been his proper breakout year? In that, like last year, people were going, he's done brilliantly, but it could be a fluke, and this year seems to be not a fluke.
I mean, definitely not. He's very much this year he's just winning everything, and we've got he's world number 1. He's now he's getting close to almost 500 grand ahead of Humphreys in the order of merit, and if he wins this tournament, he would scarily get close to 3 million, which is just I just can't even imagine someone having that much prize money.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has very much used last year to when he won the World Championships to just help himself to skyrocket to just dominance. And yeah, he's the best player in the world right now, and there's no conversation about it.
Fair. Mal, anybody else in section 1 that you gave any serious consideration to?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. No. I was looking through and looking at the other seeds, and I think we discussed this earlier. They're all a bit out of form, all the other seeds. Like, Hetter's not been doing particularly well. Cross is very much up and down, depending on what side of the bed he gets out on, I think. And Joe Cullen is indeed Joe Cullen. And there's a couple of reasonable non-seeds which can do well at times. Cordecker is Cordecker, which we all love because he's massive, and David Davies is Welsh. But other than there's just, I don't know. They should just I'd be surprised if he doesn't completely batter everyone all the way up to the quarterfinal. Really.
Fair enough. Okay. Next, we are into section 2. In terms of seeds in this section, you've got Doby, Woodhouse, Price, and Joyce. Let's see if there's any other names that come out. No.
Nope.
It's three prices. I mean, I will say on my part, I genuinely did consider Doby. I don't know why. I quite like Doby. I feel like he gives off very golden retriever energy. Just he's kind of there and enthusiastic. Yeah. But I mean, Eloise, as I said, you're clearly rooting for him. So how's your Bay gonna do?
This might be a recurring theme with some of the people I predict to win the sections, but I really don't like the man. But all that, just his very bad opinions out to ignore that. He is he's either the second or the third most in form right now, and he could easily win any tournament he's put in. So Price right now is playing some of the best he's played for a very long time. So yeah, I think he will quite easily blast through this side of the draw. Maybe the fourth round might be a problem depending on who comes. Like, I'm sure we'll cover that, but I'm pretty confident Price should be all right.
Mal, again, I considered Dobie. Did you consider anybody else?
I don't know. Woodhouse can be alright on his day, but I do agree with Eloise that going Price, I think, is one of those people, kind of like Leroy. He can just turn it on and just going out there and get like hundreds odds averages, and just smash people, even people who are about as good as him. I do think Dobie would probably be his most likely round of 16 person. I'm a bit surprised if someone else slinks in. I mean, he does have potentially a Gilding or Crabtree second round tie, does Dobie. Both of them are reasonable enough. They could definitely have a go at him. And then it goes Woodhouse if he gets through. But yeah, I just think it's like the first seed, the first set. This is I just sort of a fairly obvious one to me.
I have seen a weird number of people talking about Alexis Toilo, and I don't know if that's just because people like players from random countries or if he's actually good.
I think it's because he's really slow. And it'd be really funny to see him go through further.
I don't think he's the slowest.
No,
it's because he is the current number one in the Asian tour. He's the best player out of Asia.
Okay.
No,
it's him, Alagan, and is Sakai in this? I'm pretty sure. If not,
so.
there's a couple other Japanese players that are around that. But no, he is the best Asian player, and that's why he is getting hyped.
Yeah. Okay. Sakai is in the tournament.
Okay. Yes, he's third.
Okay. Right. Next, we get into section 3. Seeds in this part of the draw are Bunting, Van Diving Board, Schindler, and Searle. Let's see if those or anybody else is what comes out. Yay! We get some disagreement, finally. I mean, Eloise, I'll start with you because I knew you'd go for Bunting.
Well, first things first, I'm very disappointed in the both of you for not putting Bunting, because this is his year. Like I say every year, this is his year, and he will win everything. No, he won't. I've not. Okay, but yes, he. Honestly, his route is quite favorable, but I suppose he does have a couple decent seeds he'll go up against, like Van Dyvenbode and Schindler. But yeah, I feel like if he plays to the standard he's been playing, world number 4, he's had a pretty decent, if not spectacular, but a decent year. I feel if he can recap some of his best form, he should be alright getting to the quarters. It won't be easy. It never is with Bunting, but he'll give. He's the most obvious shout for me, and I'm a little bit biased.
Mal, you've gone for Ryan Searle. What makes you think that he'll get further?
So, the heart says Bunting, as it always does, but I've seen his form recently. He's I could maybe putting him as an outside pick for a seat that goes out in the first round. He's not facing anyone good, but maybe not the first round. Maybe that's our second round, maybe. And then it's a toss-up between Schindler and Searle. Searle, I think, has the easiest path to like the third round where they may face each other. Whereas I can see Schindler maybe, I don't know, King Barry's not bad, he can slip up against him. And then, yeah, I don't know, he just seems like the potentially easiest route outside of Bunting. And then, yeah, I think that's the, that's my rough logic anyway. I can't really see anyone else from the top side of the draw being particularly threatening to him either. Nevada isn't bad, but he's also he's at least on Searle's level, I would say. So
I mean, he's always tired himself out going mental in his Orcon, and then takes him like a set to calm down.
Sure.
Yeah, I've gone for Schindler. Schindler to me feels like the sort of player that for years I've been going, at some point he's gonna come good. And he's just like it feels like he's permanently just everybody's saying, oh, he's just one win away from like showing he's world class, and then that win never comes.
Yes.
But like, he's won on the European Tour this year, he's won on the Pro Tour this year, he's made the semi-finals of the World Cup, and I'm like, surely at some point he's got to do something at the Worlds. Like, he's too good to not at some point have a run at the Worlds. And I don't know. I looked at Bunting and there was just I like Bunting, but there was just something I was like I couldn't trust picking him, and so I went for Schindler.
I think that's part of the reason why I didn't want to pick Schindler either, because he is basically Dart's potential man. Like he's always been on the bubble. He's been this World Championship he'll win something, and it just doesn't. Which is like it's just a curse that follows people, isn't it? You always get those in any sport, the potential people. Just never actually reach it.
Also, can I put a point in, as you might have seen my facial reaction during Chris's answer. I might have had Searle lose in the second round to Brendan Dolan, which I think that's more likely because I love Ryan Searle, Somerset boy, but he's bad on stage. That's the worry.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good on Players Championships, but he's always inconsistent on stage, and so that's the worry. I'd love for him to be quarters, but that's why I didn't consider him.
Very fair. Right, into section 4 now. Seeds in this section: Johnny Clayton, Michael Smith, Ross Smith, and Dave Chisnell. I will say this is the bit with my copium pick. I don't think I'm going to have put what you're expecting me to have put. Let's reveal section 4.
Okay.
Let's go, Eloise agrees.
Yes, I was thinking when Eloise said, "Oh, there's other players in here I don't like." This is very much one of them.
Really don't like him.
I do. He's entertainingly stroppy.
He's annoyingly stroppy.
No, he's funny.
It's not.
I am a confirmed Pikachu stan. Okay, so we found our point of disagreement over the Worlds. Yeah, I genuinely tend to root for Pikachu most of the time. And yes, he makes me laugh. I just think he was very unlucky to not be seeded. which would have helped him out immensely. Like, literally was the player outside of the seedings. But then I'm like, I look at his draw, and I go, D'Souza's washed.
Mm-hmm.
Chizzy, maybe washed. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Chizzy makes a big run from nowhere, because he does kind of do that.
But he's also like
yeah,
it's not good on stage.
yes. I don't think Sherrick's as good as she was. So, and then
No.
I think for a third round match, like, I don't think he's going to be scared of Ross Smith. Like, Ross Smith's a good player, but like, there's much more threatening ones. And then you get to the fourth round, and like, even Clayton's not quite the Clayton he was a couple of years back. So I'm like, I think if everybody plays to the standard they've been playing this year, I at least think that he can get through to face probably Clayton. And I think he's got a chance. Have I said anything that you would like to disagree with, other than the fact I like Pietreczka?
I obviously have lots of opinions right now, but yeah, I mean, I didn't say Clayton, who would have felt like, if you asked me a month ago, he was the obvious choice. But his form nosedived in the Grand Slam, and I'm just now questioning if he is even in the form I thought he was. And then, I mean, unfortunately, in that side of the draw is someone I won't go on about too much, but probably one of my favorite players in the whole tournament, which is Billy Boy, and I'm just not convinced he's anywhere near he used to be. But so unfortunately, I had to pick Pikachu, who I think is unfairly not a top 32 player and has a quite fortunate run, I'd say. Like, quite fortunate to the fourth round, and then could probably win the fourth round. So, I don't like it, but I want to win.
You mean you're not gonna sing the Pokemon theme tune every time he comes on? Right, Mal, you've put Smith.
Which one?
Oh, of course, there's two in there, isn't there?
Ross, obviously.
Yes, I was going to go for Ross Smith.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I was actually going to go for Ross Smith just because.
Okay.
I don't know. It's another particularly random choice between the two Smiths and Pikachu. I was gonna pick Pikachu as well, because I think him and Ross Smith are gonna meet in that sort of third round tie. And it depends if he comes up against above one above Johnny Clayton. Even out of form, he could get through a few rounds and then just meet someone actually good. Unless assuming Michael Smith wouldn't make it. Michael Smith also could get through. But yeah, I think it's more of a safe thing just based on the seeding for me. Plus, I do also want to see Jose D'Souza win. It would be quite funny to have him be incredibly washed and then suddenly come back and beat one of the better younger prospects in darts.
I will cry.
I would like that.
No,
I would like that.
I will cry. I don't even dislike D'Souza, but I would cry.
I mean, he won the. He was 2021 Premier League darts player. He's not out for nothing.
Sure
that was indeed
that was so
something.
Good. That was so good.
Right. Anyway, let's move it along to section 5. Again, my suspicion is that this is probably one that we won't differ on, given that the seeds for this one are Dodeka, Aspinall, Nyman, and a little-known fella called Luke Humphreys. But, you know, maybe somebody's seen something I haven't. Yeah, fine. I mean, I'll pin it right now. Humphreys is my preferred choice of Luke. I will root for Humphreys over Littler, but I do feel like he's not. I don't feel like he's got. I still think he'll get through. I don't feel like he's got the kindest draw here. Like, I think having De Graaf or Lim in the second round, there are much easier second rounds out there.
Definitely.
Clemens as an unseeded player, potentially in round 3. Again, I think there's easier third rounds. And then I'd have to assume that the other bit will go to seeding, and it will be Aspinall and Dedeker. And Aspinall's one that, if he turns up, is great, and Dedeker, I think, is slowly advancing up the rankings every year. But I do think Luke is too good. I actually think that having a trickier draw than some of the other big players might actually work in his benefit later on, though, because I don't think he's gonna have too many easy matches. I'd be surprised if more than one of them, his opponents don't pick up at least a set, but we'll see. Eloise, where do you stand on the Luke versus Luke?
I'm the kind of person where I'd hope that someone else was in the final other than both of them. But
Okay.
honestly, I like them both. I like them both, so I just enjoy it. But it's gonna get boring. It will get very boring, because he's very much the second best form player, and I think will be for a while. Easily second best on his day, can destroy even Littler. So yeah, it's. I don't think it's as tough for draw as you're saying, because the Graf's alright. He can be a bit of a challenge. I think the biggest test for him is actually Vissel Nyman, because he's really good. Clemens, I'm so confused why his form's just dipped, but it's really dipped.
See, I wasn't aware he had, so that as I said, that will form some of my opinions. Is they're probably a year old.
There's a reason why he's not seeded. Let's just say, because he was. By the time you would have seen him last, he was seeded. He's not anymore.
Okay.
Because he hasn't really qualified for any of the big tournaments, and the Players' Championships he's not really been doing well at.
Okay.
So he's like 40 odd ranking wise, and he is falling. So he should win his first game, but after that I worry. And Aspinall was very much on his day. I don't know how to predict Aspinall sometimes. And then Dedeker Dutz is really good too. So it's not the easiest, but it's not. It should be very, very easy for him, in my opinion.
Okay. Mal, any other considerations than Humphreys for you?
I did consider Aspinall. As we mentioned, he can one of those players who can, on his day, be very good and maybe beat Humphreys. Very outside chance, though. Other than that, Paul Lim, of course, the only darts player to ever appear in the Yakuza franchise.
Yeah.
Which has got to count for something. But yeah, other than that, never see Nyman, he's not bad. But I don't think he's going to be enough to challenge Humphreys, and I can't see Dedeker getting too far. I think he's improved, but I think he's remained at sort of the level where I think he would be second best to a top sort of 16 player, I would say. Even though he's been ranked 18th. But yeah, I just can't see Humphreys losing, honestly.
Okay. I think that 6-inch draw also has the only African player in it.
Yes, it is, yes.
Up the
Sure,
Sure
David
does.
Manure.
Yes.
Can't wait for that. That match would be great because I'm very excited to see David Munya, first Kenyan player at World Championships.
Wasn't there one last year?
He who's
Oh.
where was the African qualifier from last year?
I'm pretty sure it was a South African.
Oh.
I can
Maybe it was just that you were complaining last year that there wasn't a
because
Kenyan.
Wachuri lost in the final
Oh,
to
yes.
was it Carolison?
Could
Yes.
be Carlson.
Let me
Definitely wasn't Peterson. Put it that way.
yeah, the African final was Cameron Carolison versus Wachuri, and obviously Wachuri was like just a lot of fun, and he lost, and everyone was very sad, including myself. So yes, that's what happened. But finally, a Kenyan made it, and very very excited to see him because he's had to get sponsors and crowdfunding to help fund him get over here. So it'll be really good to actually see him there because it's going to be a struggle to get him there.
Makes sense. Right. Next, we have section 6. Maybe I've just not been paying attention enough this year, but for me, this one made my brain hurt because it was just a lot of people who I'm like, oh, when they're good, they're really good, and when they're terrible, they're really terrible. So we'll see what everyone went for. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Fine.
Very yes.
I was expecting at least some disagreement. But yeah, I will say on my part, I considered James Wade, I considered Ricky Evans, I considered Menzies. I briefly considered Matt Campbell and decided against it. I considered Van Veen, I considered Vandenberg, and one of my weird random favourites, I love Madars Razma, and so I considered him as well. In the end, I said Van Veen because I think arguably he has like the easiest or the easier draw route than Wade. And you know, I sort of it feels like, especially Dimmy, he's been too busy getting pissed and not enough time playing darts. So yeah. If anything, I think, fingers crossed, Van Veen might end up playing Erasma. But we'll see. Eloise, what was your thinking?
Yeah, so it's another kind of almost wide open side of the draw, I'd say. Like obviously Wade's on paper the best player, but I say this a lot with James Wade. He often plays to the level of his opponent, and that can be a detriment to him. Because he'll play really good against someone really good, and then he goes against someone who's a lot weaker than them, and he plays almost the same average as them and loses. So he's very inconsistent, but he's also very good on his day. I have him losing to Ricky Evans, who seems to have gone on like a vein of form at the moment, like to come to the end of the year, and I have him going all the way to the fourth round and then losing to Van Veen. So I reckon Ricky Evans will once again have a good run.
Okay.
But apart from that, yeah, you kind of said everyone that sort of could do it, but I doubt will. Like Menzies is just so frustrating to watch because he's got so much talent, but he sometimes just crumbles, and it's really sad to see because he's good enough to beat anyone, but you don't know where his head's gonna be at.
Yep.
And I was fully expecting you to pick Demi, but I understand why not.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Demi for a long time, but he just really, every time I have turned on the TV and seen him, he does just seem to be drunk.
Yep.
And I don't, yeah, I'm not going to deep hit and talk about potentially somebody having issues, but that was my thought process. So, Mal, anything to add that we've not already covered?
Yeah, I think you pretty much summarised it. The other 3 seeds in this are not consistent, whereas Guillaume Van Veen can be consistent. I think he's
Can
especially
be
shown this year.
consistent.
Okay,
Inconsistently consistent.
he is by far the most likely to be consistent in his performances,
Yes.
and most likely to consistently be good. And I won't be surprised if this is one of the ones where like Van Veen is the only seed left after like the second round, just by sheer luck. Yeah. I am a bit gutted that Cristo Ray is the guy who it was a massive hump scare because he hasn't appeared in anything since like just during COVID times. Has decided to make an appearance when he's drawn against Van Veen. So I would want to like Jose de Sousa. I would want to see him do well because I like the wash plays. And yeah, Madas Vaz was also good. I have him going to the third round and getting beaten by Van Veen. But yeah, it's just this was oddly one of the more obvious ones to me, I'd say.
Okay. I mean, by contrast, Section 7 is just odd. Very, very odd. There's a lot of... I genuinely don't know what to make of it. It's the section that has, as its seeds, MVG, Peter Wright, Gary Anderson, and Jermaine Watamina. It also has William O'Connor, who tends to randomly throw in an upset occasionally, Kim Huybrecht, who's been annoying people for years, Simon Whitlock, ex-world finalist, and Scott Williams, who just seems to have sneaky runs of form at random moments. That being said, has anyone gone particularly rogue? Interesting. Okay. Now, I know that MVG hasn't been playing a huge amount this year. I know that his form has been mixed. Even I pay enough attention to be aware of this. I just kind of feel like he's got enough to get through the first 2 rounds. I think if Wright or Huybrecht meets him in round 3, from memory, I don't think he particularly likes either of them. So I can just see him battering one of them out of stubbornness. And by the time he's won 3 matches, I feel like he might go, well, I might as well do well now. So that's my logic. You two have both gone for Watamina, though. I mean, Eloise, why?
Most informed player, I'd say. Watamina has been pretty good this year. Once again, it's I don't like the guy, but yeah, because I just don't like him. He's very... I don't know what the word is. It's just... He's very clumsy on stage, and it just irritates me. So
Okay.
yeah, so Watamina is the best player because he's playing the best darts at the moment. Like, Anderson is a bit at the moment. Van Goen, as you said, not playing much, not playing well. He will get far, just not the quarters. Also, now I'm really excited for Peter Wright to somehow get to the match against Van Goen if they both get to the third round. And Peter Wright like just big himself up and be like, I'm gonna beat Michael and I'm gonna become world champion again, and just get absolutely thrashed.
I mean,
I'm actually really excited about that.
I love Snakebite, but I don't know why he hasn't retired.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
completely agree with that.
It surely at this point he can't still need the money. But like, yeah, I just, yeah, I don't. And I mean, yeah, I don't. We'll come on to which of the female players we think will do well, but I don't know that that's a particularly easy draw for Wright. I don't.
It it won't be easy. Like Nolan is good, but Peter Wright should be okay, but might make a meal out of it.
Okay.
It depends what
Mhm.
Peter we're gonna get, but he might make a meal out of it, but still will probably win.
Fair enough. Mal, what you've also gone for Watermina. Same thought process.
Yep, pretty much. I think he was a runner who was the semi-finalist in the Players' Championship, which is the most recent thing that he's done. That bodes well always as a random turn of form. And yeah, I don't know. The Van Gogh is the other one you can think of, but I can see him also being a random second round upset for some reason, like Mr. Bunting, just because I don't know, this could be the start of a not quite a decline as such, but sort of him sort of stepping back a bit more because he's been around for nigh on 20 years now. Um, and yeah, Peter Wright, Gary Anderson, me, they are indeed players of the darts, and some of the non-city ones, I do have a soft spot for Connor Scott for some reason because I think he has randomly turned up and done stuff at times, and of course Paolo Nebreda, of course the another Filipino. I just want all the Filipinos to do well because that seems to piss some people off for some reason online. Um, I don't know why. I think it's generally just because they tend to take a bit more time than average on it. And I mean, first of all, if you're a darts player and you know you've got someone like that coming up, you should practice for that. You shouldn't really use that as an excuse. Um,
They will.
they will, yeah, but you shouldn't treat it like any other thing. It's a different thing. You need to be more sort of not get too in your own head when the other person's throwing for about 30 seconds. Like it's a thing it's a thing you don't really learn when you're playing against normal speed people. Um, so yeah, I can potentially see him maybe causing an upset too, but yeah, what I mean is on form. I'll go for him.
Fair enough. And then finally, for the sections, we come to section 8. The seeds in this section are Danny Noppert, Richie Edhouse, Josh Rock, and Daryl Gurney. There's also some other interesting players in there, specifically Nico Springer, Bo Greaves, and I've not seen much of him, but I've seen a lot of people raving about Julian van der Velde. So let's see who people have gone for here. Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Interesting. We've got a pair of rocks and a Noppy. Although he's not Noppy anymore, is he? He's the Freeze or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I preferred it when he was just Noppy, but anyway, yeah, I'm saying Rock. I like Noppert, but whenever I root for him, he does shit. So I've decided I'm not rooting for him, especially given I think he has a nasty first round opponent. And so then I kind of went. For me, I think there's going to be a round 2 match between Rock and Springer, and I think possibly whoever wins that wins the section. That's my personal read on things. But Eloise, you've also gone for Rock. how different was your thought process?
This part of the draw just feels like it's either Nopper or Rock. They're very even, very. It could go either way. I think just raw, like scoring ability, Rock would have it won. So with Nopper, I also like Nopper, and he's the kind of player who when he's expected to do well, he loses first or second round. And when he's not expected to do well, no one's paying attention to him, he'll suddenly get to a quarter or a semi. He's very much a fly under the radar or flop massively kind of player.
Yes.
And I think he won't do either of those. I think he'll be solid and then lose to a player like Rock. But yes, he's a very annoying player, but this year has been one of his better years, and he is very solidly putting himself up there, and could, in theory, if I remember exactly what his he's 6 in the world. He could easily be top 4 come the end of this. So we'll see.
Yeah. Will they finally put him in the Premier League?
No.
They'll never do that.
I mean,
James Wade won't be in there either.
If he makes number 4 by the end of the year, they have to put him in. They don't get a choice.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
So,
They'll find a way.
Yeah. Mal, you have gone for Noppert. What kind of path are you seeing him taking?
So I think similar to what both of you said. This is Noppert or Rock for me. The deciding factor for me is Rock. I think has a harder draw before this round of 16 tie, and I can see there being 4 people who could slip him up in this. Springer, Gurney, Greaves, and Rids. I think all of them could put up a good showing and beat him. Whereas Noppert, I don't really know much about Van der Velde, I must say, but if Shimley beats him, Nick Kane, Justin Hood, they are indeed players of the darts. And then the other section, as much as I want to see the Argentinian guy do well, because it's the first Argentinian that's ever been in the World Championships, I think he can beat all those 4 pretty comfortably. So I think by process of elimination, the fact that there's more of a chance of Josh Rock getting knocked out, I think Noppert will be the one to go through from this section.
Okay. So those are our top 8. From the rest of the predictions we make, you can kind of infer everything we think that's going to happen from the quarterfinals onwards, if you really want to. However, I mean, I think all of us have a Little the Price quarterfinal. All of us have a Humphreys Van Veen quarterfinal. The rest is more prone to chaos. But let's see who we think the losing semi-finalists will be. Okay, interesting. I've gone for Schindler and Rock. I'm sticking to my theory that this is going to be the time that Schindler finally makes a run, shows everybody that he's capable, and I just think Rock, for me, if he makes it as far as facing Van Gerwen, which is what I have it down as, I actually think Rock right now is the more consistent player. So we'll see if that happens. Meanwhile, Eloise, you've gone for Bunting and Rock. So we've both gone section 3, please section 3 and section 8 lose in the semis. I mean, I'm kind of shocked that you haven't just predicted Bunting to win, because it's you.
Yeah, I almost did. And I thought I'd be a little bit more sensible.
Okay.
If he wins the whole thing, I'd be really happy. But I also want to win this.
Uh-huh.
So is it okay if I explain my bracket, or do you want me to
Go for
not
it.
say? Yeah, I'll explain my bracket, even the ones that I think get to final, because it should be self-explanatory. But I've got Littler beats Price, Bunting beats Pikachu, Humphreys beats Van Veen, Watamina beats Rock. Sorry, Rock beats Watamina. There we go. And then it would be Bunting and Rock loses their semi-finals against. Ooh, I wonder who they are.
Mm.
Yes, it's very kind of similar to you. It's just just swap Bunting for Shinler. It's the same prediction. It's just I want this to be Rock's breakout like world championship, breakout year. Just him do that, probably get to the Premier League, and then cement himself as one of the top players would be quite ideal for me.
Meanwhile, completely disagreeing with either of us, we've got Mal going for Smith, which we now know to be Ross Smith, and Noppert to lose in the semis.
So this is essentially the first semi-final I've got is obviously Searle and Ross Smith. I can see it being pretty competitive, but I can see the winner of that just being fodder for spoiler alert in the next section. And Watamena and Noppert, I think Noppert win that because, I mean, mainly to please Eloise, I'd say, more than anything. And I think he would give a competitive game to other spoiler alert in the semis, but he would ultimately get defeated. And I think this could be like a potential, like not a breakout performance as such, but a performance that makes people go, oh, he can actually do stuff. Because I think people still have the sort of reputation Eloise has said, where he's sort of, you ignore him and then he goes semi-final. And yes. Yeah, so yeah, the Searle and Smith one I think is generally just whoever is better on that particular day. Really, I think they're both about as good as each other. I would say. So just a literal flip of the coin to me in that one, and yeah, more sure about Noppert.
It does feel like Noppert's taken on the Rob Cross role of kind of, if you back him, he's useless. If you don't back him, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, let's reveal the finalists and the winner. I have a feeling mine's going to be the other way around, but we'll see.
Yeah. Probably.
Wait, what?
Yep. I am predicting that quarterfinal to be a completely almost out of nowhere massive shock. Because if you remember, they did play each other in the Players' Championship. Van Veen won. It happened. It could very easily happen again.
Yeah.
That was leg play though, like match play, but rather than set play though, wasn't it?
True.
Yeah.
It is different, but I think there is still the confidence in Van Veen that he has beaten him, and when they play each other, that could always come through. This is very risky. But yeah, I also just wanted to be different. I did want to see two Lukes in the final again, because that will happen in every single other tournament that has ever existed. And yeah, it'd be nice to see like two really young players in the final of a sport that's generally seen as an old man sport. It could kind of like change. Well, it is already changing, but could really change like the perspective of it when the two best players in the world, in inverted commas, based on this, are below 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously he should beat Noppert, I'd say. Noppert wouldn't close, but I think he should beat Noppert in the semis.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't expecting that, but I mean, fair enough, I guess. I really that there was a little part of me that when I realised we'd be talking about two Lukes a lot, I really wanted to see if I could make it so that, you know, I just for the bounce put like one of the Lukes losing to Luke Woodhouse. But Eloise, you've gone for what I think is probably the same way round, which is Littler to beat Humphreys. How confident are you that that's what will happen?
I'm pretty confident it'll happen because it always does. A lot of these majors have been Littler Humphreys, Littler wins. So yeah, it's boring, very boring. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love a different final, but unfortunately, I think this is what it's going to be for a while. But yeah, I think that has to be one of the best swerves because I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Like imagine if the final is a rematch of that youth championship a while ago that Littler won.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Again, I think this is very much this is heart over head. I think, but yeah, it just gives off a nice image, doesn't it? Like again, young players doing well. You just want to see that.
I mean, yeah. Humphreys and Littler have played each other in 3 major finals this year, and Littler leads 2-1 on that. Humphreys won at the Premier League, Littler won at the Grand Prix and the Grand Slam. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why, but I just feel like sort of since kind of the older guard started losing, it's felt like it's not particularly easy to defend the title. Like the last person to win it in back-to-back years was Gary Anderson.
Yeah.
So my logic is kind of is there a reason for that? Is that a thing? Is there some kind of pressure on returning winners that just takes them out? Because, like, yeah, it used to be a lot. Well, I say it used to be a lot more common. Anderson won his 2 in a row. Adrian Lewis won his 2 in a row. Other than that, the only person to have won multiple consecutively is Phil Taylor.
Yeah.
So, I like, maybe that's because there's not a particularly large sample size, because in the grand scheme of things, Phil Taylor still won most of everything. You know, there's been 32 titles and he won 14 of them, so but yeah, for lack of anything else, I feel like Humphreys seemed to occasionally feel a bit of a burden on him last year as the returning champion. And I just sort of went through and I'm like, yeah, people don't... Even MVG, who I don't think anybody could argue was, for a few years, like, the player, he never won it back-to-back. So, that's my logic. I think if anybody is going to launch that logic into the stratosphere and shoot it, it'll be Littler. But we'll see. Okay. So those are our predictions for the people we expect to do a darts. But now let's switch across to the miscellaneous section. And see what happens there. Obviously, as always, this will be probably quicker because a lot of these will just be numerical. So we start with Tournament 180s. This is how many 180s will there be in the entire tournament? It's obviously some maths had to be involved for all 3 of us, given it's the first year with 128 players. But you get points for being closest, or bonus points for being within 1%. Interesting. Okay. Eloise has gone low. She's not very happy about it, seemingly.
I forgot there was more players.
It's easy. It's easy to
Oh
see.
well.
To be fair,
Oh well.
I also thought I was just gonna go look at last year's, and I was, oh yeah, there's like 20 odd more matches, isn't there?
Yeah.
I still added like a bunch more, like 30 more than last year. So
Yeah, I think it was 9. Was it 909 last year? Something like that.
yeah, it was, and then like the year before it was like 920 or something. So
Yeah. My logic was that there's an extra 25% of matches, I think. But that does also mean that there's some players who aren't as good.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to add 25%. I'm going to add I think I added about 20%, like 15 to 20%. And then I thought somebody might go for 1100 because people like exact numbers. So I decided I was going to go for 1099, but it didn't matter in the end. Mal, you've gone on the high end.
So I looked at last season's number, divided it by the number of games, which I think was like 96 or whatever it was. It got an average, I think, of like 9 point something. Was it 96? I can't remember how many it was. I divided it by the correct number of games anyway. It got an average about 9 point something. Multiplied it by 127 games, which is how many it's in this one. And it got a higher number than that, but I also figured there'd be worse players than this, so I knocked it down by a few.
Okay.
Plus, it also covers the high end in case somebody pops off. And multiple people pop off.
Fair enough.
too much effort. Why did you not just pluck a random number and just add to it?
There's
Too much effort.
Look, just
too much
because,
maths.
just because you know, in our parts of the world they taught quick multiplication, and you know where you came from, they're still using abacuses.
I just used a calculator.
Shh, Hal. I'm trying to defend us here. Right. Next. Match 180s. So this is how many 180s will be in the 180th match. So let's see what people have gone for. Interesting. Once again, Eloise goes low, I go in the middle, Mal goes high. I mean, I think last year's highest was 25. And I just felt like the fact there's a few more matches and the fact that the seeds start playing earlier, so have even more time to play themselves into form, I went a bit higher than that. So that's how I got to 28. Eloise, you've said 20.
Yeah, I did indeed say 20.
Was there logic, or did you just guess a number?
I thought I looked at a right number. I might be wrong. Wait, so it's most 180s in a match.
Yes.
I think isn't the record 24? Or am I looking at the complete wrong thing?
I mean, right, hang on. See.
So I think you might be looking at the individual number of 180s.
Of course I am. Oh, of course, because I'm looking at the.
You're looking at I think that the record is 42 in a match, and Van Gogh got 22 in that. So 20 would make sense in that sense.
Yes, I was just gonna say because Littler and Van Gogh between them last year's final was 25. So.
I've had a stinker. It's just I've had a stinker. I hate the number ones. It's just a random number. I'm just picking a random number each time. I hate it. So I'm gonna lose here. So be it.
Mal, 31.
Arbitrary number. Right.
So yeah, almost an arbitrary number. I kind of think last time the highest number of 180s in a match was like 28 or something stupid like that. And I figured, little Van Veen, they like 180s, they can just roll off a load and get to like 30 odd and 31's about right.
Okay, fair enough. Next we've got Big Fish. This is how many times will the Big Fish be hit during the tournament? Eloise already shaking her head. She's going to have been like, how many people are dressed in the crowd as Big Fish?
Okay, I'm not asking you. Jesus.
Right, let's see what we got. Okay, interesting. We've all switched roles. Well, I've stayed in the middle. Yeah, I said 7. It was 5 last year. Extra matches. I stuck another couple on. That was basically the extent of my logic. Mal, you've gone low with 6.
Although it was the exact same logic as yours, there's more matches. It was 5 last year. I just chucked another one on, basically.
Okay.
Just in case there's a potential lack of Big Fish for some reason. But yeah, I can't see it being much less than 5.
Okay. Eloise, you've gone 9.
Couple years there was 8. So I just added 1, and there's magically more people, so it makes sense.
It does make sense.
Okay. Then we come to 9 data. What are you flapping at, Eloise?
I'm just annoyed at myself.
Okay.
I hate numbers.
Okay, it looked like you were talking to somebody. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, are you
Go on.
Are you being made fun of by what's what's going on?
I'm just fed up at this section, so let's move on.
Next you've got 9 darters. Will there be, and if so, how many 9 darters in this year's tournament? Interesting. I said 3 because there were 2 last year, and there's more people, so I added 1. Eloise, you've gone 1. Just don't not backing the 9 darters.
There was 2 last year. We're not allowed nice things, so there'll be 1.
Okay. Mal, 4 for you.
There was 2 last year. Another one can be added on, and I don't know. What's the random person who can get it? Zhao Chenxiong gets 1 as well. Why not?
Okay, fair enough. Next is sudden death. This is how many matches will go to the sudden death leg, if any. Let's have a look.
I don't know.
I also didn't know for this at all.
I couldn't find the number, so I just went.
Are you okay?
No, I hate numbers. I hate. I always.
You're basically saying that a match every other night will go to the sudden death leg.
It's certainly make it exciting, that's for sure.
I hope Sky Sports are ready.
I mean, interesting. Well, I said 3 because I think it's likely to potentially be diluted by the fact there's more matches, because there's not going to be as many out of like practice seeds, and there's going to be more one-sided first round matches. But I still think there'll be 3. Mal, you said 4.
Like Eloise, I could not find any numbers anywhere. I just pulled it straight out of my arse.
Fair enough.
I got 4, which is unfortunate for you, because that's 1 more than you. I don't know how many went last time. Is it? I did have a look and I couldn't see anything at all.
Fair. Right, next we come on to biggest flop. So this is name a player who will lose in the first round. Name a seed that will lose in the first round. If they are the biggest of all the flops, i.e. the highest seed, then you get mega points. If they just lose in the first round, you get some points. I decided to go big and bold because you can guarantee there will be a high seed that goes out. So I kind of just I was like, who of the top 8 seeds do I think is most likely to shit the bed? Noppert's playing Van der Velde, who a lot of people seem to be backing for big things, and Noppert is Noppert. So I've gone big, ballsy. I want them extra points. Eloise, you have gone for Gurney, who is playing Bo Greaves.
I sure have. I won't go much further on me picking Gurney because we'll talk about that later. But I you'll also see later. I don't think there's many seeds that will lose in their first round games because a lot of them, because we have more games, a lot of them are quite easy games for them. So we'll see. I could be very wrong, but I reckon there won't be many seeds knocked out first round.
To be fair, I can't remember if I said it had to be in the first round or the first 2 rounds, because I know for Wimbledon I said first 2 rounds, so it might be first 2 rounds. I don't know. I'm not looking at it. I can't see it right now.
Is it not the first round?
It could be. I genuinely can't remember. I just went.
I think it was the first round, I think.
Okay, fine.
First round.
Perfect. Right. Then we've got best outsiders. So this is the unseeded player who makes it the furthest. So let's have a look. I kind of assume that 2 of us have the same answer. Yeah. I mean, we both said that Pikachu would make the quarterfinals, and he was our only non-seed to do that. So I figured, unless one of us wanted to hedge our bets, that would probably happen. So I don't think we need to stick on that for too long. Mallow, you have gone for Razmataz.
I quite like him. I think he can, on his day, be good. He doesn't have a particularly strong sort of first or second round opponent. If you should be able to beat Jamai, Vanden, Herrick, and then Vandenberg or Beveridge, whichever one doesn't get knocked out, I think he'll comfortably beat them. It does mean he'll face the guys against Van Veen, which he'll probably lose in, but I can see him being the most certain to get that far, I would say.
Okay.
Out of the non-seeds.
Makes sense. Next, we've got Girl Power. So this is which of the women in the draw will make it the furthest. Again, I have a feeling I might have gone different, but we'll see. Yep. I have gone for Noah Lynn because my logic is I'm not wholly convinced that any of them are going to find it that easy to make it out their first rounds. And so I went, which of the men is most likely to have a shocker? And I kind of landed on Snakebite may well just chuck a 70 because, you know, he's using different barrels on all 3 of his darts. And I feel like we've seen that some of the players can get a bit overwhelmed by having one of the women in the draw. I don't think that's going to happen to Gurney, at least not specifically. Gurney can, like, get stressed out just by the concept of life, but I don't think he'll be that bothered by playing Bo. So that's my logic. Is that, yeah, I just think Wright is the most likely to throw an absolute shocker in and gift somebody a first round win. But we'll see, because for unfortunate reasons, I'm also not entirely convinced whether the audience is gonna get behind Noah Lynn. It could go either way. And so
Depends on when she's playing, I would say. I think if it's afternoon, they're normally a bit better, I would say.
fair.
But
Yeah,
What's the point?
last year she got cheers, and there wasn't really any boos, at least audible. So she wasn't really affected by any boos. So
she is playing an afternoon session, so fingers crossed.
probably on purpose.
Quite possibly. You two have gone for Greaves. I mean, I kind of feel like it's the logical call of she be good dart. But I don't know if any more thought than that went into it, Eloise.
She regularly puts up 100 or at least 90, but normally 100 averages. She can beat anyone. Like she's just not as experienced on the big stage, but she can beat anyone. So it's kind of hopeful thinking, because I really want a lot like a deep run from Bo Greaves, but also considering the opponents that all the women have. Daryl Gurney is one of the ones that when it's not his day, it's not his day, and he will play poorly.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Yeah,
I did.
that's my thinking.
You have reminded me of the other part of my logic, which was that because Bo has like committed to the WTDF worlds like the last 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
I do wonder if first time on the Ali Pali stage might be a bit of a culture shock.
Of course.
So I think if this were next year, and she'd done one already, I'd probably almost certainly go for her. But
yeah,
Mal, anything else to add on Bo?
no, she does indeed do the darts good. I've got her as an outside pick for round of 16, maybe a quarterfinal appearance if she does well. But yeah, she's just got unlucky in being drawn. It's quite a tough sort of 16th of a draw. With those sort of 4 people who could do well in there that I mentioned earlier. So,
yeah.
But I think she'll be the most likely to win a game. I'll say that.
Very fair. Right. Now we come to highest average. We're back to numbers ones. Eloise's favourite. So this is specifically what will the average be? Like the highest match average that any player puts in over the course of this tournament be? Don't have to say who it will be, when it will be, just big average. What will it be? See what everybody says. Oh, interesting. See, I just thought that somebody might throw in about a 112. And at like early round, somebody just hits form early, basically destroys opponent. Or like one of those matches where, I'm remembering like the one that always sticks in my mind is MVG versus Cristo Reyes. Well, like, Reyes would not go away, and so both of them just kept upping their game, and I think they both averaged like 113, 114 or something ridiculous. I think Barney had a similar match with MVG as well, where like the two of them just kept pulling out more and more ridiculous. So I'm just like, I think 112. I'm like, I also thought somebody might try and Price is Right me again, so I went 0.01. Eloise, you're on the low end. You've gone 107. Any particular logic?
It was kind of around the mark that people have done for the last couple of years.
Okay.
So it felt safe and actually logical and thought through.
Okay.
Which is a lot for me. And I know there's no bonus points, but it'd probably be Littler or Jim Van Veen will have this. If it happens, then I don't know. I feel good about myself.
Fair enough. Mal, you've gone 108.5.
Yeah, some of these into Eloise's, just because it was about 107 last year. The variances, it can go up a bit. The highest average last year was Callum Ridds, so who also got loads of very high averages. So I don't know, it'll be some.
He was good.
Yeah, it'll be some random person in the first round, probably. I don't know. Let's look through. Brendan Dolan, sure, why not? He can pop off in the first round against Dudinny.
Brendan Dolan. Okay. Interesting.
Also, I found it funny not because of your number, which is very arbitrary and very might happen. I laughed because 108.5 sounds like
It's a radio station.
like a F. Yeah, so 108.5 FM sounds like a radio station. I just found it really funny.
108.5 FM, your local heart station.
I'm very much getting to the giggly stage, so let's continue.
Excellent. Right. Next we come to biggest gulf. So this is the value between the averages in the most one-sided match by average. So I'm like, it's perfectly possible that somebody with a stinky average somehow wins a set. It's not going to be, they don't have to like whitewash someone, whatever. It's just the biggest gap between the winning player's average and the losing player's average. How big will that gap be? Let's have a look what everybody's put. Okay. Mal, you've gone very low, I think.
Yes, so I wasn't really sure what to put, so I looked at the tournament that contains by far the worst players, the Bahrain Darts Masters, where all the Bahraini players are a bit crap. There has been times where it's gotten to like a 40 difference in average, but I think the bar of quality is like much higher than the Bahraini players to get into the World Championships, mainly because you need to beat people to get in here, not just be playing against essentially pub level players. So I think there won't be that much of a gulf. I think the general quality in it has been increased overall. I also, looking through some of the people who I'd expect to be maybe on the low side of average, like Nitin Kumar, for example, who never is particularly high scoring, or someone like a Stowe Bunce. They're not facing particularly good players. So I can't see the average gulf between those people being very high either. So 20 is just a nice middle ground, I think.
I always think Stowe Bunce sounds like a type of cake.
Moist cake or dry cake?
Okay.
I mean,
cake.
you can make that assessment yourself as to whether Stowe Bunce is moist. I said 30 because my kind of logic was that somebody shit will probably throw like a 70-75, and somebody good will probably throw like 100-105. So let's go 30. Basic extent of my logic. Eloise, you went 32.
I did.
Any particular basis, or just pulling numbers out your ass?
Pretty similar to you. Someone will have a stinker, and it's hopefully if someone has a stinker, someone plays well. So
Yes.
there is that gamble of someone could have a stinker and someone could play pretty normally.
Yes.
But yes, 32 number.
What we need is whoever's having the absolute stinker to not be playing James Wade.
Yeah.
You know, he'll just throw one higher.
It's 16 or 62.
Yes, yeah. Next, global event. So this is of the 32 players who will make it to round 3. How many different countries by that point will still be represented in the tournament? So let's see what everyone's gone for. Okay, interesting. Eloise, you're on the low end. You've said 8.
I counted up all my nationalities, and it's basically British. I don't think I have any Irish in there, and then Dutch, German, and then there's got to be one other, Belgium, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, so I didn't have many unique nations, unfortunately. So yes, I very much just counted how many I had in my bracket and called it a day.
Mal, you said 10.
Similar reasoning. I think I had 9 unique ones, presumably because Madaz Razma was in there, and Eloise probably didn't put him that far in. And I just added 1 to it just in case, I don't know, someone randomly has a run like a William O'Connor or something like that, or Keane Barry, who'd be a Irish person who I didn't consider.
Fair enough. Now I went for 11. So I made a note for which countries they were. I didn't make a note of who I was thinking. So take this with a grain of salt because I can't remember who all of these are. Some of them are obvious. I said England, Australia, Germany, Wales,
Australia.
Poland, Netherlands, Northern Ireland, New Zealand, Belgium, Scotland, Latvia. I mean, Latvia's pretty obvious, but I can't remember which Kiwi or which Aussie I was thinking would make
Isn't there like 1 Kiwi in
There's
this?
2.
Okay.
I mean, it depends if your answer's based or extremely based, because the 2 Kiwis are
Tata and Puha.
yeah, Tata, and my favourite. I love Hauptpua.
I think I was thinking Halpaipua.
Oh, that would be so cool. I would love that, but it's not happening. But that would be so cool.
I can't remember who's in his bracket, but I feel like I just thought
he'd
was...
play Zonneveld, and then the winner of Michael Smith, Lisa Ashton,
Yeah, he
and
can
then
win that.
probably Johnny in the So
Doesn't matter if he doesn't win the third round. Just
so Bully
yeah.
Boy Zonneveld.
Yeah.
I think he loses against Zonneveld.
I mean,
it's a shame because I like him a lot.
Look.
And he needs to keep his tour card, but
yeah,
he needs a deep run to keep his tour card.
Okay. So we're saying up the Puha.
You had to do.
I'd been thinking it, and I was just like, I've got to say this with a straight face. I've got to make Eloise break before I do.
I can't see your face. Also, the Australians probably had to, but very cool if it was Tim the Magnet Pussy.
Yes.
Up the Pussy Magnet.
Yep.
Right. Anyway. Next we come to final ref. So I'm assuming, as standard in previous years, there will be 2 refs of the final. Basically, you can put one ref's name down, or you can gamble and go for both. If you go for both, you get triple points, I think. But if one of them's wrong, you lose your points. So this is a bit of a risk reward one. Let's see what everybody's done. Everyone's stuck with one. I think we probably all thought it would be the same two, I'd imagine, unless one of you two thinks Hugh Ware would be the other one. I feel like, although Hugh Ware did do one stint last year, I think Bevins seems to be the one that they trust, and then the other one is the one that tends to get rotated at the moment. And I do agree that George Noble probably gets given the privilege, given it's his last one. That being said, from what I've heard, he has been making a few more mistakes, so maybe they don't let him. I don't know. But yeah, I said Bevins. He's also the only one of the referees that I actually know. So you know, there's that. Any particular logic on your nobles?
Well, my thinking was he's retiring after this tournament, so I think traditionally they get the final referee spot. So yeah, he should be there. I'd be very confused if he isn't.
Anything to add, Eloise?
My thinking was Chris mentioned it in conversation. Sorry, Mal mentioned it in conversation, and I thought, oh, that's good, and I stole it. So thank you.
Yes.
I was like, oh, of course. Yeah, that'd be easy points.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
So, yeah,
Mal, you should have stayed quiet.
About it. Yes, he should have, but he didn't.
Right, okay. Finally we come to bonus question. Do either of you need more than 2 rows? Am I good with 2 rows to reveal? None of you.
I think I'm okay with 2 rows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure none of you have been particularly wordy. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Fine. Alright. Yeah. Those worked. So
they're not questions like Chuck.
Yes. No.
Chuck asking questions.
Yes, indeed. I just I had to Okay. I mean,
yeah.
Let's start with Mal's because it happens soonest. Well, if it happens soonest. We've got a player withdraws before the first round. Are we saying any point between now we're discussing it and the start of the tournament, or their match, or what are we saying?
I would say their match because it gives me more leeway.
Okay. I mean, obviously that just makes it slightly less, slightly more likely that it happens. Obviously.
Yeah.
So that's.
So my logic is it happened last year. There's more people in this time, more people from international qualifiers. There's always a chance one of them can't make it due to travel issues or whatever.
Yeah.
It happens, doesn't it? It's 128 people. And so you've got a very good ship if you can get all 128 in to start with. So
okay. So I guess my other clarifying question. Let's say somebody withdraws tomorrow. And they go, oh, thanks for giving us some warning. And they put a new player in the draw. Are we counting that? Or does it have to be at a point that there's not a replacement?
So I would count if they replace him with a complete other player.
Okay.
So we've got past the phase where people would have chosen WDF or they cannot qualify through whatever random thing they qualified through. Like I think the winner of the North American Championship couldn't qualify through the North American Championship one because it was a tour card holder, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And those in my head don't count as withdrawals because obviously I would have just got it. But if someone withdraws and then they chuck in whoever was the sixth person in the tour card holder qualifier, I think that counts to me.
Okay. Well, obviously, like those two clarifying questions, it makes it more likely that this happens. I think I would say it falls marginally on the side of not happening, but only fairly marginally. I do think it seems like there's quite often a player that has some sort of visa issues. It used to always be Corey Cadby. But I mean, I'd say my gut feeling on a high would be 6-6. What do you reckon, Eloise?
I think that's probably fair. It might be rarer, but yeah, I'm fine with the logic that if someone withdraws but they do replacement, it still means someone withdrew very close to the tournament.
Yeah.
As no one has actually withdrawn like that, I don't think.
No. I think the person who did it last year withdrew completely, and they couldn't replace him. It was one of the Filipinos, I think. Last year?
Can't remember.
Someone got a walkover.
Last year, but this year no one's actively withdrawn their spot, so I don't think it will. So yeah, if it happens now and in a week's time, and I don't think that's too likely. So 6-6 or 7-6 or 7-7 or whatever. Probably it's one of those. Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
No, nothing happened.
No,
Okay.
I'm not going to say.
No.
Yeah, I realised where you were going, but we're not.
No, I wasn't
12.
doing it on. I very much accidentally did it, and I'm refusing to acknowledge it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'd say let's say 6-6.
Yeah.
For high, and then I think low would be like a 4-2. 4 no 3-2. 3-2. Okay.
I'm going to go for the high because I have balls.
You're going to go for the high because you have balls. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, the Miz.
6-6 it is. Right. Eloise, you have said at least 28 seeds will make it out of the first round. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's.
I'm on the edge of calling it too high amount of people.
Yeah.
But it's within the realms of possibility that it'd be like an eighth of the seeds don't go through if you think of it as percentage.
Yes.
4 seeds will fall out, and from what you've all been saying, you think a lot more seeds will fall out.
Yes.
And I don't think that. So I'm like, if I went any higher, then it'd be almost like stupid. But if I went any lower, then it'd be not as
rare.
I mean, so 28 seemed fair.
Last year, bearing in mind that the seeded players got straight through to the second round, I think I count 14 of them fell in that round.
Their matches will be tougher last time, easier this time.
Yes. Then the year before, I'm just doing this as quick counting. Year before was 11.
Yeah.
Year before that, I'm not going to keep going. I'm just trying to do the last 3. I think that gives us a reasonable. The year before that was 3.
Okay. Interesting.
So we've had 14, 11, and 3.
Okay.
Well,
Just for Eloise's face, I'll go back one more year and we'll see if
Points.
that
potential points just went out the window there.
alright. 8.
Okay.
So we've got 8, 3, 11, 14 for the last years. I mean, in theory, the matches should be easier. So that pushes it towards being more likely that it happens. I still think it's unlikely. I still think more people lose than that. But I am interested that there is precedent for it being that few.
Yeah.
In a theoretically harder draw. So I think this is a bit less likely to happen than I think yours is to happen now, personally.
Yeah. I think 4, is like a lower bound of what I'd consider the amount of seeds to go out. And obviously it doesn't because 3's gone out before, but I think in this sort of format, I think 4 is like the lower bound.
Yeah. I mean, I can't see it being fewer than 4. I know there's been a year with 3, but I don't think it's a lower. I think it is 4 is like the lowest I can possibly stretch to thinking it would happen.
Yeah.
And we are trending that it's more likely that people like big seeds do fall because the quality and standard is going up still.
Yes, but equally we're going backwards on the basis that there's more shitters being allowed in because it's 128.
But then, how many are complete shitters and how many are players that are around the same quality that just unfortunately didn't make it before but are good enough to be there?
The problem for you is that we don't know the answer to that. If we'd seen the 128 format for a couple of years, we could maybe try and make a guess at how many of them are complete shitters. The fact none of them could be, or all of them could be. We don't know. If I hadn't bothered to look up the numbers, I'd have said that this was completely far-fetched and given you way too many points. But having actually done a bit more research, I think I'm on like an 8 for a high value, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking 8.6 or 8.5. It's like a high.
I mean, you're being very generous with the offer, a high offer. I mean, I was definitely thinking probably 8.7, and then probably I was gonna say 8.7, and I don't know, 4.2 probably for low.
Yeah, I'm happy to go with that as Z has been on more of these recently, so I think he knows more what he's talking about rather than me just spitting out numbers.
Well, I mean, we're changing how these work from the new year. I keep saying that on other episodes, but
yeah,
I think that seems about right, even if Eloise is shaking her head as, because her face always gives her away. High 8.7, low 4.2. What do you want?
With that 8.5, I would have gone for it and would have gone for a high for the first time because it's very favourable. 4.2 is quite favourable to be honest. So lower.
Okay, I figured you would probably go lower, especially.
That offer was really good, and unfortunately you had to shoot it down. But yes, I almost went high. Because it was a really good and surprisingly favourable high offer.
It would have felt mean to give Mal a 6.6 and then you only go up to 8, but you have less to lose than him. That
pretty fair to me.
I think it also helps that we live in the same house. So if I offered Eloise a bad offer, she could come and I don't know, just like I don't know, punch me in my sleep or something. I don't know.
There's probably more effective ways of getting revenge, but sure.
I'm not going to question that. Next, mine to finish. I've said that there will, with 3 L's for some reason, be at least one match where a player doesn't win a single leg. So, I mean, at the earliest, I mean, I think, I suppose let's double check that this is accurate. Yes, it is. So this would mean most likely in the first or second round, somebody winning by 3 sets to none, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0.
Yeah. So somebody to win 9 legs in a row, basically.
Yes. And beyond that, if it was in the next block of rounds, 12 legs in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. This isn't too I don't know, it's not massively unlikely. I'm having a look through and seeing what could be the potential matches where it could happen. Price and the Czech Gorlas guy, that could be one. Doby and Zhao Shenzhong as well. Pedresco and Sousa if Sousa doesn't turn up.
Yeah.
As well.
I had a look through last year, and the closest this came to happening was Ryan Searle, Matt Campbell. It was 3-1, 3-0, 3-0 to Ryan Searle.
Okay.
I mean, I might shoot myself in the foot here, but it did happen last year, Eloise. It only happened once, but it did happen, yeah. Humphreys, Tricole in round 2. It was 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. But it took...
Am I just blind?
Evening session of night 1.
I'm just blind.
That. Yeah.
But, like, that takes a Luke Humphreys to be doing it.
Or Thibaut.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I don't think the people, like, say, Humphreys or Littler have particularly bad people as opponents this time. Like, and I know Chikol isn't bad, but he already had done a match before that last time. So it's a chance he was knackered or something. But there is theoretically more likely to happen just because there's more qualifiers who are facing a seed. So I'm kind of thinking this might be slightly unlikely.
It's the most likely out of the 3.
Okay. Yeah, maybe about as likely as mine.
More likely.
Okay.
Only a little bit, but...
So should we go for like a lower version of what I got offered as a high? Like a 5 and 5, or is that too generous?
I mean, I think that's fine.
Okay.
5-5
for the high and
3-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's sensible.
Numbers.
I mean, yeah, it's an interesting one. The fact that 5-5 is a 50-50 makes me think that 5-5 feels a bit unfair. Equally, I kind of agree that it's probably slightly more likely to happen than Mal's. So I'm like, why do we not deal in decimals? Why can't it be 5.5?
Ask yourself.
Yeah.
You made this.
Shush! Don't fight me with logic. I'm gonna take the high. I think I'm gonna take the 5-5. Okay, well, that concludes our predictions for this year's World Championship. We will know in, well, basically exactly a month from recording this. We're recording this on the 4th. The final is on the 3rd of January. And yeah, we will know how much or how little we screwed this up. But yeah, Eloise, I know that this is always a particularly exciting sporting event for you, so I hope it lives up to your expectations.
I will be very disappointed when Bunting goes out round 1.
Yeah. And Mal, I'm very sorry that they don't have S4C coverage of this for you.
No. I want to listen to it in Welsh.
But yeah, thanks both of you for joining. We will be back in about a month's time to see how badly we fuck this one up. However, until next time, remember to always be big mystics, not big mistakes.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye. Have a do.